YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brooke, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I found out I was pregnant at 17 years old. If you are interested in hearing about my story, make sure to go ahead and keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, like this video if you want to hear a little bit more about my experience, and I will go ahead and share that with you guys. Okay, my hair is looking like a little crazy today, but anyways, I already did make this video on my channel once, but I feel like I didn't explain everything really well and how the details went, so I'm making this video again. I did make the other video that I made private, but I'm here again explaining it for you guys. So I guess I should start back way before this all started, and it all happened when I was 16 years old, and I'm trying to think what actually happened. It all started back when I was about 16 years old. I think I was 16. Yeah, I was 16, a couple months shy of being 17 years old. And basically what had happened was my mom was on her way to work and she got in a car accident, and it was a life-threatening accident. She was in the hospital for a couple of months, and then once she got out of the hospital, things were really tough. Money was a really tough situation, so I actually had to end up moving out, and my mom moved in with one of her friends. I ended up moving in with Kobe. Basically everything was really good. I was really I guess blessed that they took me in and took care of me as I was their own. Life was doing really good. I had my own bedroom there, and then Kobe technically lived at his dad's house, but he stayed the night at his mom's every night. And since we were always together so often and I was 16 years old, I might have turned 17 at this time, but anyways, things were really tough between us. We were always together, and you do need your space apart, especially when you're that young and you're still in high school and things like that. So we just kind of started arguing a little bit, and we eventually ended up breaking up for 2 months right after graduation. So it was May of 2018. We got back together in July 1st of 2018 is when we got back together. Obviously we were really happy together. Everything was totally different. I actually moved in with my dad. Once me and him broke up, I moved out of his mom's and moved in with my dad. For the most part, we didn't really fight or anything, and I was really happy with the way things were going. Our relationship was a lot better than it was the first time. One day I stayed the night at his dad's house, and it was the day before we were going to his mom's, which his mom moved down to North Carolina once me and him broke up. Not because of us or anything, just because they wanted to move down there. So they moved down there, and Kobe lived with his dad, and we were gonna go ahead and visit them on vacation for almost 2 weeks, stay with his mom for a little bit. And we were in his bedroom about to go to bed. It was really late, probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and Kobe went upstairs and got me something to eat, and I kept joking around saying that I'm so hungry and I don't know why I can't stop eating so much. And we just kind of laughed, and I was joking around saying, what if I'm pregnant? He was like, you're not, that's funny. He actually had a pregnancy test in his truck from a long time ago, and he went up and grabbed it, and then I took it at his dad's house. He came back in the bedroom. He had to wait a couple of minutes, 2 minutes or something like that, and it popped up and said, yes, you are pregnant. And we just looked at each other I don't know, we didn't really know what to do. He thought that the test was old, so it basically wasn't working, so I went ahead and got another one the next day, and he went to work, and obviously I took the test, and that test came back positive as well. So he was still pretty much in denial for a really long time, actually. So what ended up happening was he was at work that day, and then I had to go to work that night. He got home from work and was packing his stuff up to go to his mom's house, and I was at work, and then he picked me up, and then we drove down to North Carolina, and we were at his mom's house. And what actually was going to be happening was he was going to be moving down there and going to college down there and staying with his mom for a little bit. So he moved all of his stuff down there, and I was just visiting on vacation for 2 weeks, and I was going to fly back by myself. So we drove his truck down there and all of his things. I was 4 weeks pregnant at this time. Obviously I didn't know how far along I was because I haven't been to the doctors or anything like that, but I was 4 weeks along, and that's when you start to get sickness and stuff. I know everybody's different, but that's when I started to get sick. I didn't throw up or anything, but I was just feeling really tired, and obviously my stomach hurt a lot. So we went to the gas station or no, I can't remember where we got the test from. It was either a gas station or the grocery store or Walmart, something like that. Anyways, we got a test and then we drove to the gas station and I took the test in the bathroom while he waited outside, and then I came outside and obviously that tested positive as well. So now we finally believed it, like, okay, yes, this is actually true, I am pregnant, like what are we gonna do? I was getting ready to turn 18 years old and he was getting ready to turn 20, but it was the summer before our birthdays. Our birthdays are in September and this was in about August, so a month before. Close enough to 18, but I was 17. Anyways, so we went back to his mom's house and we stayed there on vacation for a little bit longer, and his mom was kind of wondering, you know, why isn't Brooke coming out of the bedroom? Is she okay? Is she tired? Are you guys like fighting? What's going on? Nobody really had any idea, but I really just didn't feel good and I was always tired, so I just stayed in the bedroom all the time. Like I said, I was gonna fly back by myself, and Kobe actually lost his ID, and you need your ID obviously to go to school and everything, so he was gonna fly back to Ohio with me and find his ID and then fly back to Myrtle Beach and go to college there. He flew back with me, which I was really excited because I did not want to fly by myself. I've only flown on a plane like 3 times and it was always with him, so I was really scared to fly back by myself, so I was glad that he was coming back with me. So he flew back with me, and a couple of days of him being there, he just told his mom he was gonna stay for a couple of days just to hang out with me before he flew back. So it was a couple of days of him being there, and he was actually at my dad's house with me because I live with my dad, and his mom texted him and was like, are you coming back home? Like, when are you coming back to the house to come to college and stuff? And he was like, I don't know yet. And then another couple of days went by and his mom texted him and said, obviously you're having second guesses about coming to college down there, which was true. He was kind of iffy about going to college down there in the first place, but he also didn't want to leave me. You know, we were kind of confused on what we were gonna do, and I was pregnant, so we needed to figure this all out, so he stayed up here with me. So basically I went ahead and texted my mom a couple of days after and told my mom that I thought that I was pregnant. I haven't had my period in a couple of days, and she told me that we were gonna go ahead and go to the doctors together. So we made an appointment, and then Kobe had to fly back down to Myrtle Beach to get his truck and all of his things. So he did that, and then he drove back the same day. He was only down there for like a day or two, and then he flew back. He drove back with all of his stuff. But while this was going on, his dad was actually moving to a new house, and so Kobe really, I mean, he could have stayed with his dad, but he really didn't want to. So he actually ended up moving in with his oldest sister and staying there for a couple of months, and I lived at my dad's house at this time. So I did go to my doctor's appointment, and they had me pee in this cup and they tested me to make sure I was actually pregnant. Obviously that came back positive, and my mom was a little disappointed. I mean, whose mom wouldn't be when their 17-year-old daughter is pregnant and they've only been back with their boyfriend for a couple of months? So that was kind of the situation going on right now. I think I went to the doctors, it was either the end of August or in September, but I'm pretty sure it was the end of August. Nobody in his family knew, just my family knew. I didn't really tell anybody, I just told my best friend, and then my mom found out at the time because I had to tell her. My doctor told me, obviously, there is 3 options. You could have an abortion, you could have an adoption, or you can have this baby and make it work, because, you know, this baby was put into my life for obviously a reason, and you know, I have to deal with what happened. And honestly, this isn't a video sitting here saying that I had options, because I didn't. I wanted to have this baby, and I'm blessed that I did have my daughter, because she is the best thing to come into my life, and I'm so glad that me and Kobe get to be her parents, because she's the best daughter ever. Don't think that I'm sitting here saying that I had any options. I'm just telling you what my doctor had told me. Anyway, so she told me to come back in to an appointment with your decision, which there was no decision. So anyways, I came back to an appointment 4 weeks later, and they just did everything they do at a normal appointment when you're early on. You know, they check you. Once you're like 13 weeks pregnant, I think you can like hear the baby's heartbeat, is when I think I heard Addison's, but that wasn't until further along. Anyways, I was getting really upset that none of Kobe's family knew, and it was kind of getting to the point where people needed to know. I was 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, I was 2 months pregnant, which I wasn't showing or anything. I didn't show until I was like 6 or 7 months pregnant. That wasn't the problem. It was just, we needed to figure this out. I live at my dad's house. We don't even live out on our own, and we need to figure out, and people need to know. We need to kind of get this all handled. So I was getting upset, so we got in an argument, and I told him that I was going to tell his sisters and his mom, and he was really upset about it. So he actually ended up telling his sister, just texting her and letting her know, and then his sister told his mom, and then his mom told his dad, and then everybody found out that way. So that's kind of how everybody found out. But they were really supportive. Actually, my whole family was supportive of any decision that we wanted to make with the family. So Kobe was living with his sister at the time, and I would always stay the night at, well, the light got really dark. Anyways, I was staying with his sister like every night. I would always stay the night with him. So I actually ended up like basically not moving all of my stuff into his sister's house, but like moving all of my clothes in there and everything that I needed to like live basically. And we were gonna go ahead and look for a house that we could stay in before we had Addison. We were hoping that we would have a house before then, which we did find a house. We found a house in December. We moved in December 1st into this house we are in now. We've been here for a year and like 6 months, so a year and a half. We did have Addison, so I'm really blessed to have her in our lives and everything that had happened. I believe that everything happens for a reason. That is my favorite saying, because I truly do believe that. I know a lot of bad things do happen, but you do get through them, and I feel like it just makes you a stronger person. And wow, I'm over here like ranting on about things that you guys don't want to hear. Anyway, so that's kind of basically my 17 and pregnant story. I did have Addison when I was 18, but I did get pregnant at 17. I did have Addison on March 28th at 6:32 p.m. 2019. She just turned a year old last Saturday. Today is Thursday, April 2nd. So I'm really blessed to have her, and I'm glad that Kobe got to be her dad, and he is an amazing dad. Honestly, I mean, you see a lot of things that when you're a young couple, it's hard to see, you know, if you guys are really gonna work out, and I truly think that a baby does. The words aren't even coming out of my mouth. I truly think that a baby does show you guys if you are meant to be together, and it really does show you. I know a lot of people my age do have kids and they just don't end up working out, and obviously there is doubts in your mind. Like, I hope, you know, coming from a family that my mom has been through divorce, like I've had stepdads, I've had all of that in my life, so you just sit there and think, you know, is that gonna happen to me, or what's really gonna happen? I honestly have been so blessed. I feel like since me and Kobe got back together, our relationship has been 100 times better than what it was before we broke up. But after having Addison, it has been 1,000 times better, and I mean that genuinely. I'm really glad that he is in my life and that we decided to make it work, because I am so happy with how my life turned out, and I know that my life is just getting started. I'm only 19 years old, so I don't have anything planned out. And don't get me wrong, I mean, me and Kobe, we do have arguments. Every couple has arguments. If you don't, you guys are lying, because you do. So I'm not saying that either, but I'm just saying that a baby really does make or break your relationship, and it shows you if you are meant to be together, if, you know, you are a good person in your significant other's life, if you guys are meant to be, and if you guys work well together under hard and tough situations. And I really do think that Addison showed me that, you know, Kobe is the person that I want to be with, who I want to be in my daughter's life and have a good family together and last forever. So, I'm not saying to go out and have a baby or anything, but yeah, that's basically my story and how everything happened. I don't think that at 17 years old you should go out and have a baby, like trying to purposely have a baby. I mean, you do think that you're gonna be with that person forever when you're 17 years old, but it also always doesn't work out that way. That person that you're with, that you think that you're so in love with, always isn't, you know, the person you're gonna end up with. So I don't think that you should go out and have a baby, especially if you don't have your own house, if you're not financially stable, which me and Kobe completely were not at the time. We didn't have money, we didn't have a house together, we didn't have anything. Now we have a house together, and you know, I'm just truly blessed. So this isn't me telling you to go out and have a baby and see if he's the one, because that is not a good idea. But I think you should wait until you're ready, and then, but if things happen, they do happen, and sometimes it's a good thing, and you know, you just gotta live with life choices and see where God takes you. So that is enough of me rambling on and ranting and just giving you guys a whole life speech about being 17 and pregnant. Anyways, I feel like my shirt right now is making me look like a ghost. So I promise I'm not that pale. I mean, I might be pretty pale in person right now because it's not summer and we are quarantined right now. So I can't like go to the tanning salon or anything, and it's not warm enough to go outside and tan. Like right now it's 50 degrees out and it's sunny. Like it looks so nice, but you go outside and it's like, there's no way I'm getting out there with a bathing suit. Sorry if I look like a thumb or something. I feel like I look like, I don't even know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it kind of gave you a little bit of advice to maybe if you're in the same situation as I am. Don't give up and have a lot of faith in you and your life, and everything's gonna work out for you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below and let me know if you guys have the same situation that I was in, and anything else you guys want to let me know. I love to read all my comments and I try to reply back to every single one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.